I think we're back, which is good news. We're back in my air-conditioned room now. I think my computer was overheated, which is why it was malfunctioning. But we are back. I hope it will remain that way, because I love these chats. And look what we have with us. My pretty Maggie. My Maggie I love. Better connection? I think so, hopefully. Hopefully. Sorry about the live stream struggles. I mean, good for all the YouTubers out there who live in places where it's easier to be a YouTuber, like in America or any very first world country, but I am, I'm in fucking Nicaragua right now. Most of the places that I go to makes it hard to do what I do, but, doing my best. My baby. Who have been some of your guys' favorite YouTube channels you've been watching these days? Vegan or not vegan? I'm curious. Anything about just fun to watch, about health, travel, entertainment, comedy. I'm eating a bowl of rice, potatoes, pumpkin, broccoli, passion fruit, avocado, beans. Allie says, I wait for someday when you make a video in Spanish. Solo only one video because you never know how many people will see it and change their diets for the better. Es correcto. Es correcto. Yo puedo hacer un video en español y mucha gente en esta parte del mundo posible pueden cambiar sus dietas, pero también cuando estoy viajando yo practico con toda la gente en los lugares, los pueblos chiquitos y yo les enseño sobre mi dieta. Pero sí, necesito hacerlo en YouTube también. So yeah, guys, bring in the questions. Ask me about anything you want. Travel, food, YouTube world, relationships, manifesting your life. Jenna Marbles is fun. I know her. Oh, they adopted a new Greyhound. That's nice. Yeah, you know what? I haven't watched too much Jenna Marbles. Maybe I will watch some more Jenna Marbles. Good suggestion. She's been a good mainstream person who advocates for veganism. I recently got on Twitter today. One of my friends gave me a suggestion to start trolling, not trolling in any negative or false way, but just give my opinion to some carnivores on Twitter and see where that goes. So I usually don't interact on Twitter. I don't even check it, but maybe it could be fun. Elise's change of heart has all to do with her new jerk boyfriend. What do you think? So I'm personal friends with both of them. I don't think Drew is a jerk. I think he's legitimately in a paradigm in his mind, whether he's right or wrong, that the vegan diet is really bad for you and that meat is really good for you. Sounds crazy to me, but you have to try to put into perspective that he thinks I'm as crazy as I think he's crazy. So it's like, what do we do about that? Um, yeah, Elise was clearly highly influenced by Drew, and Drew was highly influenced by people like Sean Baker and Joe Rogan. And Sean Baker was ostracized by his peer group in the medical field and got his license revoked because he was promoting such crazy shit. So the whole carnivore movement stems from sketchy roots, in my opinion. Um, you know what? Elise openly doesn't do much research. She couldn't name one vegan doctor after being vegan for 4 or 5 years. I think she's an awesome person. She's inspiring in many ways. She's so fun to hang out with. She's on a path right now, and she's got a boyfriend who thinks the same. And honestly, I wish him well. It's just a bummer that they're advocating what they're advocating for to young people on the internet, because I think it's dangerous. But who's to say who's right anymore? I mean, I think I'm right, but I'm open to the fact that I'm not, potentially. But I think I am. That plants are king for your health. All right, more juicy questions. How to not get distracted while trying to write papers. Holy shit, I have a lot of experience with that because I was distracted my whole college and high school career and had to write a lot of papers. But you don't remember that, Maggie, because you weren't in my life yet, my pretty girl. Is that your toy? That's a nice toy for Maggie. Yes, it is. Here's what you got to do. When you have to sit down and write a paper that you don't want, you want other things to do, you know that if you procrastinate and do the other things instead of writing the paper, you're going to be like in your head the whole time while you're doing the fun activities being like, shit, I have to go write my paper later. So instead, like, you want to have the most fun while you're doing the activities you like. So fucking get it done. And like, if you don't care about it and you're fine getting like a B or a B minus, just half-ass it. I don't think it's bad to half-ass things that you've gotten yourself into if you don't care about the outcome. You should be putting all your energy into the things you really care about. So, get that shit done so that you can go live your life. Darren's been a subscriber for a couple years. Haven't watched your stuff for a while. Good, I'm glad you're watching it again. Saw you drink coffee in the last vlog. What's your stance on coffee? Yeah. So, I didn't drink coffee my whole life until maybe 2 or 3 months ago when my friend Alyssa came to visit me, and she liked coffee. I started drinking it once in a while, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the energy boost. I enjoy how it tastes. And I did some research, and according to Dr. Greger, my buddy Jackson Long from Thought for Food, who I really trust, who has a master's degree in nutrition, and he's a vegan cyclist, and he's such a good friend of mine, they all advocate for, low dose. Maggie, why are you eating that plastic? Don't swallow it. Good girl. She's just chewing it apart. They all say that even having 1 or 2 cups a day is not bad for your health long term. The only bad thing I could see from it is if you become dependent on it. So I make sure not to have it every day. That's it. But yeah, I like it. It's fun. It tastes good, and I like the culture around it. And this is like coffee land. Where I am, there's tons of coffee farms, so everyone drinks local coffee. I agree. I think Ravana and Elise both did it because of their partners. Yeah, there's a chance, for sure. Sean Baker did get his license back, to be fair enough. I'm vegan, by the way. Cool. I believe that. I just think it's interesting. Like, I was listening to some Bart K, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said he moved to New Zealand because his community of researchers kind of ostracized him for what he was promoting. Is that true or not? It seems like all these vegan doctors, or sorry, not vegan doctors, carnivore doctors and researchers get so much hate from their medical communities that they're a part of that they just like dip and go do something else. Whereas all the plant-based doctors are actually the head of their fields, like in the mainstream sense. So there's a correlation for you. Isn't your banana week as bad as all the YouTubers you put down for their crazy diets? No, this has been so annoying that people have been saying this. I mean, I'm glad you're open and you're questioning, but listen, doing a water fast or doing a juice cleanse or being raw for many, many months is very different than having a normal vegan diet, doing a little fun banana island for 7 days as sort of a detox of the body and cleanse, which, guys, I've done it twice. That's what it is. Your digestion's amazing. You stop thinking about food because food is boring. Um, you lose a little bit of weight. You feel really good because it's just the easiest food to digest, and you get rid of food addictions in the short term because people who always opt for the vegan cookies or vegan ice cream at night, if you do Banana Island, that's not an option. So you're able to break that habit, and you do it around community. The most important part is that we meet every single night online and we're sharing our experiences as a community, and people love that so much. You get to talk with me, we get to talk as a group for an hour every night. So no, it's not dangerous, it's not going to spin you into an eating disorder. It's for 7 days and then you go back to your normal life. How painful were your tattoos? My new tattoos that I got on my knees, it was fucking crazy, guys. Like, it hurt so bad. Directly on the kneecap, just blasted. It was fucking crazy. This hurt like shit, but other parts of the body, just like forearm, biceps, shoulder, that doesn't hurt. Chest hurt like a motherfucker, close to the nipple, close up to the neck. Ugh. But you gotta do it, you know? Tattoos are the shit. I want my whole body tattooed, from neck down, every single surface. Not my penis and shit, but every surface that you can see. Yo Jackson. Oh, and by the way, we got 20 people in the stream. I gotta say, I love answering your questions. That's what I'm doing. But if you want to support Maggie and I in our travels and our journey, as we're spreading the truth, non-biased, non-dogmatically, just the truth, and spreading the vegan message all over the land, inspiring you guys and everything. If you send a super chat of $1, $2, $5, whatever you want to contribute for the content I put out there, I will rap about your username for a second. It's very cringeworthy, or sometimes they're good raps. But I will literally freestyle rap in front of you, and we can all laugh and have fun. So throw a super chat if you can. We'd really appreciate it. Are you going to head to Terra Fruits in Ecuador? I have heard of that place, like a fruitarian colony. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really plan ahead, and that is a lot of countries, so you got to ask me later. I want to ride fixed gear, street clothes, no baggage around Ireland. Would this be a good adventure? Bike touring on a fixed gear is really hard, obviously, because of the downhills and because of the uphills, which is very hard to do on a fixed gear versus a bike with gears. So if you're really into the fixed gear culture and you have a lot of experience and you can do hills and stuff, then sure, that'd be awesome. But you don't want to do it with any baggage, so like you're not going to carry anything. You're going to have to buy restaurant food 100% of the time. You can't sleep outside. You're going to have to stay in hotels. If that's what you want to do, do it. If you had to save a fish or a human with the mental capacity of a fish with no family or friends, what would you do? Well, that's the same thing then. A human with the mental capacity of a fish with no family or friends, or a fish, seems like the same level of sentient being. So I wouldn't care which one. It would be the same thing. Coffee is big in Spanish-speaking countries. My family's Colombian. Yep, lots of coffee. Are you familiar with Cheap Lazy Vegan? No, I don't think I am. She recently made a video on vegan gray areas. Oh, similar to my topics. I'll check that out. Thank you. I would agree with you. The carnivore doctors are not received by most of their colleagues. Just wanted... Alright, we're back. Sorry, internet sucks. Doing my best, guys. Dr. Baker got his license back since all the carnivores respond with that. You're right, though. Cool. No, I appreciate any real information. Will you ever come to Europe in the near future? Nope, not in the near future. Do you have a pop-up tent? I have a MSR 2-person tent. Yeah, I mean, it takes about 5 minutes to set up. It breaks down to about this big. It's a few pounds, maybe 5 pounds. Yeah, yesterday's stream was funny. Look, it hurt a lot more. I thought it was going to be a longer recovery, but thankfully it's not that bad. It's already like, there's no more blood. There's like a little black spot underneath the nail, but it's healing super well. Like, it doesn't even hurt too bad. It's a little swollen, but yeah, it was fucking crazy, man. Essentially, like, yeah, she clamped down on my finger because she was just clamping down on the stick, but my finger got right under there. It fucking hurt for a second. And my dad called me immediately, and he was like, "I'm watching the live stream, and your viewers think that Maggie like chopped your finger off. So you gotta tell them you're okay." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're right, Maggie. They thought you took my whole finger off. You crazy girl. Can you believe that? They thought you took my finger off. You crazy little thing. You crazy little munchkin, my baby munchkin. Yeah, yeah. I love Maggie. I love Maggie so much. She's my best friend. We hang out together all day, every day. She's my baby girl. Throw us some super chats. I want to rap. Come on. Can you do a video on the positives and negatives of your lifestyle? That would be a good video. I will do it. But let's talk about it here too. Positives. I love traveling. It's epic. Maggie, don't fall off the bed, you crazy. Oh, she's so bored. But we literally like can't go outside. It's so hot in the middle of the day here close to Managua. So I wait till like 6 p.m. Like we play for an hour or two in the morning outside, and then an hour or two at night. It's so fucking hot. It's 100 degrees probably. Let's see what it is exactly. Yeah, it's 94 right now, and it was probably 100 a couple hours ago. Whew. So the pros of my life are that I love traveling. I love living really epically, adventurously, like different than, the vast majority of how some people, like, I mean, it's not, we don't have to compare, but I live epic, epic status in terms of how crazy my traveling is. God damn it, it keeps on going in and out. I'm going to go closer to the router. That should be better. So yeah, I love my lifestyle because it's really crazy. It's really fun for me to be traveling to new places all the time and live on my bicycle. I love that I get to spread the vegan message and inspire people in tons of crazy different places about um, just to follow your dreams. Like, people see me out on my bicycle doing this as like a white dude, and they're just like, "How are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Shouldn't you be working a normal job back home, whatever?" And I talk to them about, like, no, this is what's fun for me, and you got to do what you got to do in life. It's the one life you have, and so I inspire people to do what they need to do in their life, and I love that. The downsides are that it's really physically demanding. I'm on my 20th month of travel, so it is exhausting. I'm a little bit tired of always having to find new places to sleep and having to bike. Out, Maggie! We're not going to do this again. Not while I'm live streaming. Sit down. In 30 minutes, we're going to go out and play. You can't do this to me again. Don't bite me again. Okay? She's throwing sticks onto my lap, wanting me to throw it. And you're gonna get my tattoos? Oh my god, Maggie, you're crazy. Yeah, the downsides are that I'm lonely. I want someone to join me, but no one wants to join me long term. I'm physically a little tired, and like right now I'm in an Airbnb, but usually I'm living out of tents or locals' houses or hotels, and I want to have a kitchen. I want to have my Vitamix again. I just want to be like, I'm definitely getting a bit tired of full-time travel, but that's a part of it. It's a part of even the beauty of full-time travel is going through the ups and downs and figuring it out about what you want in life in the future. So I'm figuring that stuff out. God damn it. Alright, we're back, but it's fucking shit streaming because of how slow it is. So freaking annoying. I met you at Woodstock Fruit Festival, and I appreciate that you have an open mind with the ex-vegans. What is preventing you from an animal product experiment? I was vegan for 7 years, started eating animal products. So what's preventing me from doing it is that I haven't gotten any compelling enough evidence to show that eating animal products long term is healthy. In fact, all the best evidence I've found says that eating animal products. Oh my god, we're out again? Are you kidding me? I hate this shit. It's such bullshit. I can't even stream. It's really sad. I love the concept so much, but it's just impossible here. It really is a bummer, but I'll just keep doing my best. So what's preventing me from doing it? Oh, Slightly Vegan says pescatarians have lower overall cause mortality than vegans in the Adventist Health Study. Yeah, and even in the blue zones, which is one of the big like vegan promoting studies, it actually says eating fish 2 to 3 times a week and eating like eggs or meat once a week is a part of the blue zones diet of having the best longevity. So, like, it is sketchy, man. It's sketchy if it's fully vegan, if it's 90% vegan. Like, I'm still learning. I really am. But then I see studies like Dr. Michelle McMacken shows where they have studies showing that even adding a half an egg a day to your diet increases risk of heart disease by about 10%, which is enough of a percent that I wouldn't want to do it. So I'm still figuring it out, I guess. But I won't opt for trying animal products until I'm fully convinced that it's better for my health than a vegan diet, and I have not been convinced of that. So that's why I wouldn't even entertain the idea yet of doing an experiment, because a lot of the studies show that you can get everything you need from plants, and there's so many dangerous health effects from animal products. So it seems so simple to me. All these carnivores and ex-vegans, pretty much the only reason they're doing it is because they feel good in the moment, and they kind of reject all the evidence to show that it's not good long term. But they're like, I feel good now, so I'm going to roll with it. But that's not that smart to me. Um, Do you average 100 kilometers a day when you ride? Absolutely not. On a riding day, I usually go 50 kilometers. Maggie and I keep it nice and slow. 100 is way too much. My bike is 120 pounds and I travel with a dog. So we're stopping all the time. 100-kilometer day is extremely challenging for us. I've done it before, but it's not fun. And I'm all about enjoying myself and traveling and having fun. So I try to bike as little as possible. And I usually bike, like on a biking week, I'll bike 4 or 5 days of the week, 50 kilometers per day, and then we'll take off 2 weeks of biking. So it's not about the biking for me. I just happen to transport myself on a bike. It's all about the travel. Do you think you'll do another backpacking trip? In life, of course. Anytime soon? Probably not. Would you consider van life? No, I either want bike life, which is much gnarlier than van life, or to have a legit house. Are you interested in piercings? Yeah, I had big stretched ears. I love them. Just on the bike life, if you watch my vlogs from the beginning of this trip, I had big stretched ears, but they get so disgusting and smelly and gross, and I couldn't maintain them. So that's why I don't have them anymore, but I love them. Um, on Banana Island, you just have to eat chew bananas, or can you blend? Yes, you can blend them and do frozen ice cream. Yes, that's very acceptable. You can even use cinnamon. You can use daily green boost powder. It's just about eating mainly bananas. And I hope you sign up. I need to do a few more sign-ups or I can't do the Banana Island. So guys, please sign up. I'm hosting it May 18th to 24th. It's just a way to build community, chat with me and other vegans every night. It's a good story. It's a good experiment. You're going to have the best digestion of your life. You're going to lose a little bit of weight. You're going to break any unhealthy food addictions. It's going to be good. So go to plantriotic.com/shop and check it out. And if you're in the stream and you want me to freestyle rap, you guys can laugh at me and it's all fun. Just throw a super chat, and I really appreciate it. It helps the travel and the channel continue. And yes, and I will rap based on your username, and you'll laugh in my face, and it'll be very fun. With the ex-vegans, it seems to be all or nothing. They did not have to go straight to eating dead cows. They could have eased in with fish and eggs. What do you think? Actually, most of them did. If you watch Elise's videos and Bonnie Rebecca's videos and Tim Sheaf's videos and my ex-girlfriend Izzy's videos, they all started with eggs and fish. And I think that's more of a speciesist reason, but yeah, most of them did start with that. Jackson, how do you afford to travel like you do? So I did my taxes, of course, last month, and I figured out how much money I made last year. I made around $14,000, which correlates to $1,000 or a little bit more than $1,000 per month. And the way that I make money is through my YouTube channel. By making videos and putting ads on my videos, Google sends me a check through the internet to my bank every month. I currently make about $200 a month on YouTube, and then I have a Patreon page, which hopefully all you guys who like my channel will go pledge $1 or $2 per month. And my main source of income is because you guys voluntarily choose to put up a monthly donation with your credit card to support our travel, so that I can keep making videos and do what I do, so that Maggie and I can keep it up. And so I get right now about $450 a month right there. So those together is $600 or $700. And then I sell Daily Green Boost. It's my favorite greens powder. It's just barley grass juice powder, one ingredient. It's a sprout. And I travel with it. I use it. I eat it with my fruit. I ate it twice today. And you guys buy a lot of that. DailyGreenBoost.com. It's a raw, organic, vegan greens powder to put in your smoothies or your salads or whatever you like to eat it with. And it's a vegan company run by my friend Jamie, who's a high-carb vegan. Such a good company to support. And you guys buy that, and using the coupon code PLANTRIOTIC, you get 10% off your order, and they send me a little bit. So those are some of the ways that I hustle online in order to make about $1,000 a month so I can live this way. And that's how I do it. What do you think of the ethical implications of eating wild animals that would eat a lot of other wild animals, as in salmon? Granted, it comes from a sustainable area. So if you are in an area where you can balance the ecosystem of the animals, like a river, and you have a permit, or you're in like a community where you guys know how much of the animals to kill in order to not destroy the population, and you eat those animals and you're not buying food from a grocery store, I completely support you. Honestly, like, guys, if you buy stuff from a grocery store, it's inherently not as sustainable, and lives were killed in the harvesting or the transportation of that product. Sentient beings are killed. So if you're able to control your food system and do it more local, and it involves eating some animals, but you're really not eating a lot of industrial food, that could be even better than an industrial food vegan diet. So if you're really keeping it that real and you're hunting your own wild animals in a balanced ecosystem, I'm not hating on you guys, because I'm all about sustainability and doing the least harm as possible. And it's a fact that local food is going to be less harmful than industrial food. It's just the case. That's why after this trip, I'm 100% starting a vegan fruit farm so I can grow all my food. It's that important to me. Keep it up, bro. You're an inspiration. Thank you so much, Bigsby. More questions, guys. Here for the wrapping. Okay, statement and question. What is the proper omega 3 to omega 6 ratio? How do I work it out? Isn't it like 3 to 1 maybe? Sorry, I mean that's a simple thing to Google. I don't really worry about that stuff. I take a DHA and EPA supplement plus eat chia seeds. Sorry, I don't know. More questions and throw me a super chat so I can rap, my friends. I'll rap about your username with the super chat. Once you settle down in the future, do you think you will ever miss some of the cultural things that big cities offer? No, because I'm going to live about an hour outside of a big city, wherever I choose to have my property. And I also want to brew kombucha. I want to sell my pottery. So I'm sure every month or two I'll go into the city, but live like 30 to 60 days without going to the city. It's perfect for me. I grow most of my greens hydroponically on my balcony. Look at that. That is so badass. Like, instead of going and buying your spinach and kale from a grocery store on a mega farm, just grow that stuff on your balcony. Grow that stuff using lights in your house. Get a greenhouse. Do a garden. It's so easy to do that. Do you think farm salmon is more sustainable than wild-caught salmon? Probably. Yeah, you have to factor in though, what are the farm caught salmon eating? Maybe they're eating things produced unsustainably on a farm, so you have to consider that. Um, so I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it more. What if you're in a relationship with a vegan who swaps on that a few years later? Fuck. I really think I would get into a relationship with someone who's super vegan. If they need to change it for their health, I guess I would be fine if I love the person and they would get animal products in the most sustainable and local way. We do it ourselves. If my future wife decides she needs to eat chicken, I would make sure that she raises the chickens on our farm and kills them herself. If I had a partner who wanted to just go eat fast food and meat and shit, then our relationship wouldn't work. That's just such a different philosophy in life. Would you ever do street activism? Not only would I have done tons of it. Go onto my YouTube channel, type in activism, protest, wool protest. I shaved my head in public in a really crazy demonstration with direct action everywhere. I've done speak outs in Whole Foods and in restaurants. I've done a lot of street activism. Um, do you think all lives are worth the same? A mosquito, a dog? Um, yeah, it's a really interesting thing. Like, insects definitely have sentience. So, on a speciesism perspective, an insect is just as worthy of a life. I can admit that I'm a speciesist to an extent that I feel less sad when I see a bug die than when I see a cow, chicken, pig, dog, or human die, because I'm able to relate to them on such a more personal level because they have higher cognitive and emotional abilities than insects. But if we're really talking pure no speciesism, then yeah, all sentient life is worthy to live if we don't need to kill them. So it is interesting, and if you believe in that, then you should live a lifestyle more like mine, where you don't drive a car and you don't go on planes very often, and because those things kill a lot of insects. Farm salmon is often really bad for the environment, plus they live super crowded in their own shit and excrement. Very true. How do you know what has sentience? So, if you see an animal or an insect or anything, and you like put your finger towards it and it runs away, and you can see it's making decisions based on its environment, that's what sentience is to me. Although I guess you can argue a clam shuts its shell. Like, but a clam doesn't have a brain. Insects have brains. So I think you need to have a brain. I think you need to be aware of your environment, make choices based on your environment, stuff like that. Are you excited to see your parents? Do they mind being filmed? No, my parents love being filmed. I'm seeing them in July. They're flying down again to Costa Rica to hang out with me. I'm always excited to see my parents, sure. Are greens grown hydroponically as nutrient dense as conventional growing? So a plant is only as nutritious as the soil that it's grown in. So if you're doing it hydroponically and you use really good compost and you put minerals in the soil and all that, it can be the best. It's all about how you grow it. It's all about the soil. All right, more questions, more super chats. Keep it coming, guys. We'll go for another 20 minutes or so, and then I got to go take my Maggie girl out because sun's going down, so we can finally go outside again. You're the realest vegan. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I think so too. Some people don't. I think I am too. Keep the questions up. Make them juicy. Or else I'll just show you Maggie. Look at what she's done. Every day I have to sweep the floor because the sticks that she destroys. She wants to go out so bad. We'll go out in 20 minutes, Maggie. I'll take my bike out and we'll run for 30 minutes. You'll be so tired. You'll be so tired. You'll go, it's going to be great, Maggie. Do you wear underwear? No. I wear my bike shorts when I'm cycling, and I don't own a pair of underwear right now. My shorts I wear to hang out have like built-in kind of underwear, I guess, but I do not own an external pair of underwear. All right, Zeb Fruity, someone who's been watching my channel for a long time, really appreciate it. Gave a $2 super chat, and I guarantee you I'll get more super chats now because watch how funny this shit is. They said, please a Maggie rap. All right, here we go. Maggie is my girl. She likes to twirl when she does her tricks, and she's got her sticks in her little mouth. She's got a mouth. She sometimes eats poops. She sometimes eats poop. One time, multiple times when I was camping, I went out with my lampy in the night, and I dropped a deuce. It was so tight. My poop was on the ground, but this little hound smelled it, and she liked what was in it, all the fruits and veggies. Oh, so healthy. So she went over like a naughty girl made of pearls, and she went and ate my actual shit. And then she came back to the tent, which she doesn't even pay rent, and I said, girl, you crazy. I smell my poop, you're so lazy. Go hunt a mouse, go hunt a grouse. Why eat my poop and come in my house? So then I see my poop on her mouth, and I have to clean it off so that she can give me kisses later. That was my Maggie rap, and I hope you liked it. That was a true story. A few times we've been out camping, and I go behind a tree and take a shit, and I say to her, don't eat my shit, and she's running around and she eats my shit. What do you find the most difficult learning Spanish? I only speak Spanish and English. I don't speak any other languages. The hardest is just the grammar. In Spanish, you have to conjugate so many verbs. So, oh, by the way, if you send me a super chat, guys, $2, $3, I'll do that same kind of hilarious rap, but forever what you want me to rap about, your username or anything else. So learning Spanish has been hardest with the conjugations. You know, there's so many different forms when you're using verbs and you're talking about me or you or them, and they break the rules all the time. It's not very linear, so that's the hardest part. And the best thing you can do is simply to speak with people who speak the native language. That's the best part. Or that's the easiest way. Instead of doing it in a class or online, if you go to the place where everyone's speaking it, you pick it up so much faster, and that's what I do, traveling. What's a mukbang? A mukbang is when you film yourself eating and people watch it. Thin mukbangers versus overweight mukbangers. I mean, whatever, that doesn't mean anything to me. Overweight vegans versus anorexic vegans. Definitely overweight vegans versus anorexic vegans. Anorexic is never a good thing. Mukbangers, I'd say it's probably more entertaining when they're more heavier, just because it's like, I don't know, people watch mukbangs anyways to watch people like indulge in food, right? So I guess you'd want them to be a little gluttonous, but it's kind of a weird culture. Does she ever roll in wildlife feces? Yeah, Maggie loves to mask her smell. It's a very dingo part of her. So if she sees poop sometimes or like a fish carcass, she'll roll in it to mask her smell. She's such a little wild beast. More questions, guys. Keep them rolling. Is there enough wild caught salmon to feed the world? Absolutely not. And in fact, absolutely not. And um, marine biologists say that if we continue fishing habits as we do now, and they're only probably increasing, by 2050, there will literally be no fish in the ocean, thus completely taking out the wild fish industry and just not having fish in the ocean for our ecosystem. So there's no such thing as sustainable fish. Go read Richard Oppenheimer's book on the environment. It talks about that. Would you eat lab grown meat? I would definitely try lab grown meat. If you guys don't know what it is, lab grown meat is where they take one little steak or one piece of an animal, and literally from that one piece, they can then in a lab generate it for years or decades, cloning the actual meat. So it's just as unhealthy. It has animal protein, cholesterol, saturated fat. It is meat, but the animal is taken out of the process and you can continue to clone it. It's the future of meat for sure. So I would definitely try it. Once they have lab grown meat, I'll try it, but you can't eat it a lot because I don't think that's healthy. Are you into spirituality? If yes, which way? I am into spirituality, not in a conventional way though. I do love yoga. I love practicing yoga. I love reading some Hindu texts. I took some Buddhism courses in college. I took Islam courses. I grew up Jewish, but I don't subscribe to any religion or even spiritual practice. To me, spirituality is connecting to the beings in nature around you and finding that grounded place in your heart where you feel whole and connected to all other things. And I think some people experience that through running, through dance, through singing, through church, through art, through a lot of different ways. For me, it's just like meditation and trying to be compassionate and just like a and I like to chant, I like to sing, I like to do things that make me feel good and connected to all beings, and that's my spirituality. You mentioned you want to start your own farm. Do you have any plans for that? Yes, I have distinct plans. I'm starting it in January of 2021 when I'm done biking, and I'm going to be buying land in whatever country I like the most that I'm traveling through on this trip. And I'm going to build an earthship, which is a completely sustainable, recycled material, off grid style of living. And I'm going to grow fruits and vegetables and live off of my food and also have enough housing to have a retreat center and for people to come a few times a year and experience the farm life. Do you miss the most appliance? What do you miss appliance wise? Vitamix number one. Probably like an air fryer or an oven is number two. I miss having like a skateboard. I miss what else? That's all I can. I forget about appliances. I don't really have any. Do you think technology will save the environment? No. Yes and no. Like it'll some things will go better, like solar and wind, but if we keep on eating animal, I mean, industrial agriculture is the number one contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. So it just went dead for a second again. 1 second, waiting for it to connect back. But yeah, if we don't fix agriculture, we're screwed. Come on, reconnect, reconnect, reconnect. How's the soberism going? Good. Ever crave the ganj? I always crave the ganj. I love me some good ganj. And hopefully later in life I can go back to enjoying it. But I think because my life is so unstable and I'm lonely and I'm not around like-minded people, ganj puts me in a bad place. So I miss it. I want it, but I haven't been using it. So sober life has been good. I feel much better. How much should we take the social aspect into consideration when making food choices, losing friends, family, and opportunities? So that's a really great question. I don't think you need to lose family, friends, or anything, no matter your diet. For instance, I have a buddy named Robbie Barbero. He's the Mindful Diabetic on YouTube. And he's been fruitarian, raw vegan for 10 years. And so his diet is essentially the weirdest and strangest of all. But he has so many friends. He's traveling. He has a successful business. He's always calling me and other friends and checking in. So I think it's really up to you. You don't have to reject your friends and shame them regardless of your diet. And let's say you were going out to dinner and you didn't want to eat the food, just don't think it's weird. Just pre-pack the food and bring it to the restaurant and tell the waiter you have a medical condition, even if you're lying, who cares? And enjoy the food there. It's all up to you. Like, you can make it easy with friends and family, I think. We have puppies right now, and the mom eats the puppy's poop because in the wild they would do it to hide the puppy's scent. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's insane. Where will you get money to buy the farm? So I invest. All of the money that like if I save $200 or $300 throughout the month that I don't spend because I live so cheaply, I invest that into cryptocurrencies, into the stock market. I just bought a bunch of Beyond Meat stock, which is a vegan food company that just got on the NASDAQ. And I also have family who, if I needed to take out a loan from them of a few $1,000s or tens of thousands, and then pay them back through a monthly mortgage, I'm thankfully in a place where I can do that. But hopefully I'll be pretty independent because I invest my money. I don't just keep it in banks. I put it into companies and I grow the money that I save month by month. More questions? All right, we'll go for 10 more minutes. Send me some questions in super chat so that I can do some raps for you guys. You know, I'm spreading veganism all over the land into small villages. I'm doing good work over here. Send me the love. Does my turtle need meat? It's always trying to bite me. I wonder if it wants meat. It all depends on what kind of turtle. Is it a water turtle like a red-eared slider? Those need animal products. Is it a tortoise? Those are vegan. So you got to look up the diet for your animals. That's really irresponsible if you don't know what your turtle is supposed to eat. And the reason it's biting you is because animals don't want to be confined and they don't want to be sources of entertainment. Maybe you rescued it and you're doing your best for your animal, but it doesn't want to be fucked with. Can you share some acre hectare prices in South America? No, I haven't really looked, but you can kind of get it as cheap as you want or expensive as you want, depending on the area. I mean, you can find places for, 1,000, 2,000 US dollars per acre out here. Or you could get $50,000 or $60,000 per acre if it's closer to a big city and already has fruit trees and stuff like that. Beyond meat, not beyond beef. Can you make a video how to interact, communicate with non-vegans? Yeah, you have to do it as chill as possible. Uh, don't really start the conversation, let them start it. And if they're like, hey, why are you vegan? Just say, oh, thanks for asking. I really love animals, and I figured out through my research that people can actually thrive off of eating only plants. It's actually optimal to prevent a lot of the chronic diseases that most people are dying from. So when I put those things together, that eating meat is no longer necessary. That's just unnecessary killing of animals, and I don't want. Yeah, I speak English every once in a while, but mainly Spanish. What are your predictions for the Beyond Meat stock? I hope that it grows. It's being really successful in all these fast food brands like Carl's Jr. and stuff. So I'm hoping it grows because I bought a few $1,000s worth. If I tried Ethiopian food, absolutely. Ethiopian is some of the best vegan food around. Yep. All right. We had a lot of internet issues. It's really hard to live stream here. I'm sorry, guys. Doing the best I can. I gotta go take Maggie out to run. Thank you guys for talking and interacting. I appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll do it again soon. You guys got to send more super chats next time so that I can rap. It's really fun. So do that for sure. Maybe I'll stay on for 5 more minutes because we're back on connected. If you want to send a super chat, support Maggie and I doing these streams, trying to debunk these carnivores, supporting the travel, and I'll rap for you. Do you think eating fewer calories overall is better for health? It is true that there is pretty good evidence that overeating and being more muscular, even, and being taller and having more weight and eating more food actually decreases lifespan. And think about it, it makes sense. Your body's a machine. So if you're overworking it by doing excessive exercise, by eating a lot of food, which your body has to digest, it is going to correlate with a lower life expectancy. So you shouldn't restrict to the point that you're unhealthy. You should just maintain a lean physique and not overeat if you're interested in overall health. That is true. What's your favorite ethnic vegan food? Probably Thai food or Indian food. Thai or Indian. Hello, say sea siren. Are you serious? Maggie. I think she just took out the internet again. Any more questions? All right, guys, I gotta go take Maggie out.